I enjoyed your story from the beginning about, knowing where you are. And I feel like there's times when I know exactly where I am, and I know I create my reality, and I can feel my alignment with God, and I can consciously manifest like what I want. But then there's the other half of me that sort of pulls me out of this, and that's the one, who goes to work and has to solve a lot of like technical problems, and being a husband and father, which has its own, challenges. And, I feel like I'm mostly positively focused, but I know I still have limiting beliefs. And I feel like these two halves are pulling at each other like more than ever before. And within the past few months, I can feel this tension intensely if I get the slightest bit negatively focused. So, how can I allow these two halves of me to like merge together so that I always know exactly where I am?
It is the one of you that is feeling the duality of your energies. It is the one of you that is feeling the duality of your positive and negative energies. And you prefer to feel the positive timelines, correct?
Yeah.
And so then your work is your task is to examine what thoughts are you having as you go about your day, interacting at work and with other people. What thoughts are creating the negative energy transmissions? What thoughts are creating the push pull, the duality of your energy emissions?
Well, I mean, like I've heard you say like that, we've formed a lot of our limiting beliefs, before we were 5. So I,
Before you were at an age where you could form them on your own. You learned them from others, from adults, family members, teachers, friends. Yes, before you had an opportunity to form your own very young in life. Yes, as it is true for most people. Continue.
oh, I mean, I guess hearing that made me feel like, that there's these things there that I can't
Old.
change.
No,
You know?
no, that is, you are the owner of your hologram. You can change whatever you like. You can change whatever you like at any time. Just because something there is old, the same is true for everyone else, you see. But along your journey, those things are going to be revealed to you, and that is perfectly fine. And when they are revealed to you, then you can examine them and alter your beliefs. This is why it's a journey. This is why it's a process. You never intended to clean out the closet all in one fell swoop. The joy is in the journey, you see. And so you can look at, since you want to bifurcate it and take portions of it at a time, if you're noticing that you move into the negative energy timeline while you're at work, think about what things trigger your emotions going into a negative timeline. And when you think about those things, what do you think about those events, those interactions that make you move your energy into the negative? Start only with work then.
Um, I mean, I can't think of something specific right now.
It's perfectly fine. There
I
are moments when you feel the joy and the pleasure of your alignment with yourself, when you're being true to yourself, and when you are moving your energy down the negative. And obviously, you prefer the positive. Being true to yourself feels better. The issue with most humans is they're operating in their worlds, not being true to themselves, to their hearts. They're not following their hearts. They come up with reasons not to follow their hearts, the emotions of love and joy and acceptance and trust, and safety, then, you see. And the reason why they don't do that is because they have fears that come forth from limiting beliefs. The idea is to understand where are the areas going forward so that you can begin the process of examination. Where are the areas where you are not being true to yourself? I will give you examples then from others. There are examples when people, again, I have told you, are in relationships they don't want to be in. And for any number of reasons, and they would like to leave, but they don't because of these artificial reasons, and they are unhappy. Well, they're unhappy because they're not being true to themselves, to their heart, what their heart is telling them. You see, there are other people that want to get into relationships, but they're going into the relationships conditionally. They're not doing what, they're not listening to the guidance from their heart. You see, they're listening to fear. And when you do that, you are not being true to yourself. There is an actual separation, an energetic fissure that happens in your vibration where clarity, the clarity and the alignment with your unity consciousness prevents you from feeling the joy of your alignment. So heart coherence becomes paramount to those on the ascension trail, which means sometimes where you would have to make what you call brave decisions, fearless decisions, to disregard the noise in your head in order to follow the call of your heart energy. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly overthinking everything.
Well, that's the first problem then, because your intuitive mind already has everything you want to know. But do you meditate?
Yes,
You stop thought?
that's what I try to do, yeah.
So the overthinking of the rational mind then is a difficulty that causes all kinds of problems in your hologram, in people's lives. Then the headaches, the symptoms in the body, a lot of negative experiences on that timeline come from overthinking, overusing the rational mind for purposes it was never designed to fulfill. Instead of moving into trust, which feels better, and relying more on your intuitive mind, listening to your heart. What does your heart say? You see,
Hmm.
and you can begin to feel the pressure valve kind of shift and alter when you deliberately moving away from your rational mind into heart coherence and listening to your intuitive mind. That is when you're in alignment with self. That's when you're making decisions from there, from that coherence. That is when you're on the positive timeline.
So I feel like you're talking about like the exact problem I'm having, because what I'm saying is that like there's times when I can do this allowing and and not, you know, overthink things. But then if I'm not actively consciously making myself do that, I just revert back to overusing my rational mind.
Which is perfectly fine. And when you catch yourself doing it, you stop yourself and say, I'm doing that thing again. Of course, I'm first forgive yourself. Of course, I'm doing it. I created this habit over many years. It's going to take some time to learn a new habit. So that is okay. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to ask my higher self, my guides, my teachers, my people on the other side, as you call them. I'm going to ask them for help. My team, the universe, that's right, the universe has my back. I'm going to ask for help with this particular issue that I'm having. And once I ask for help, I'm going to move on and do something different because I trust that the help is coming. Trusting my relationship with self, my higher self, and all that is the universe. This is a perfect demonstration of your alignment with your consciousness. Of course, if you believed that you could You were the only owner of your hologram. If you needed some help because time was pressed, wouldn't you be able to ask for help and then move on and go make dinner or go to work?
Hmm.
Because you wouldn't be worried about the help that being delivered. You would trust that it's coming. Yes? And it's going to come at the perfect timing. So you don't even have to trouble yourself on when it's coming. Whenever you need help, ask for it. Ask for it consciously. You can ask for help every time you find yourself over relying on your rational mind. Every time you're over relying on your rational, logical mind, stop yourself and remember, oh, that's right. The universe is at my back. The universe is at my command. All I have to do is ask for help. I'm going to ask for help and get that solution in the pipeline so I can move on and do something else I want to do. Because if you felt like your powerful, authentic self, isn't that what you do? Wouldn't you do that for everything?
Yeah.
Feeling the power of your divinity and flexing it, using it for every little thing you want to. Your divine consciousness. Of course, you would use it for every little thing that you would want to. You would know that there's no, you're unlimited. You could use it for every single little thing throughout your day that you wanted to. You see, this is a good way to practice getting into the habit of stopping the momentum of over relying on your logical, rational mind and starting to rely more on your intuitive mind, which is your consciousness. Asking for help from the universe to co create with you, and then move on in a very unconcerned fashion to the next thing on that you would like to do because you've already put that in the pipeline, then you see. Yes?
Yes. I mean, I totally get what you're saying, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to ask for help. I just um like the thing is, even when I have successes, like for example, last week you talked about just saying, you know, as an unlimited creator, I want to, and then saying what you want. And when I was listening to the session, because I listened to it after the fact, but I did it right then, and I said, as a creator, I want to, and I said some stuff I wanted to happen here in my house, and it happened that night. And it was like, and so I,
Didn't you feel powerful when that
yeah,
happened?
yes, but
Didn't you feel your power? You were like,
yes,
I did that.
and I've had these things before, but then so for some reason I go back to I just revert back to those, you know, rational
It is
mind.
okay that you revert. It is okay that you do that. There is no wrongness in that, and you cannot ascribe anything negative about yourself when that happens. That's not loving. That's not a loving thing to do, is to create a negative timeline of self. So when it happens, smile and say, that's okay. That's right. I'm creating a new habit. That's right. The universe has my back at all times. I'm always safe. So is everybody in my world. My wife is always safe. My children are always safe. It's your hologram. You can control that in your hologram. You can do that. I just have to remember to ask for help. Sometimes I need help, and I'm going to need help co creating this new expression of my power in my life until I get the hang of it. And help is coming. Help is already here. As a matter of fact, I've already created that parallel timeline, you see. I'm just going to ask for some help to move into it. Be okay with your transitions in your process. Be easy on you regarding those transitions. You see, always be easy on you. Always be loving and forgiving first for yourself. What you give to you, you will be able to extend to others. The more you soften your approach with you, the more positive your timeline is going to be in your experiences with everything.
Okay. Thank you very
Question?
much. No, that
No
was it.
question?
No, I'm good. Thank you.